Welcome to Good Neighbors, and of course on every program we have, I have a special guest. And I have someone who has not been on here in a while. I'm trying to think back how long it's been, but you know what? When you see her, you may not know her, but you'll know what she's getting ready to talk about because it affects everyone. It is businesses, and you want a business to do better. And you want them to treat you better, as well as, you know what, you need to know how to treat the business as well. And I am going to introduce and present to some the guest, who is Mrs. Monica Horton. Thank you, Mana, for coming on to Good Neighbors.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. It's been a while since you've been here.
It has been a while.
Yes, well, you know, I know you've been busy. I know a lot of things have been taking place, and of course that's why we have you on to talk about it. So in case some individuals don't know who you are the President or Executive Director of the Better Business Bureau. Now, there's an official name. Can you give us that?
The official name?
Yes,
I'm the President of the Better Business Bureau of North Central Texas.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, of North Central Texas.
Yes.
You know, we have all these long names. It's like, you know what, we know BBB.
Yeah.
But of course we include that because you serve so many counties. It's not just Wichita Falls, Texas. So give us a little backdrop to help prepare us for what we're going to go forward into about the BBB of North Central Texas.
The BBB is local with respect to our governing board and that sort of thing. We serve 16 counties in North Texas. The BBB system as a whole has regional and national associations. There's a Better Business Bureau in pretty much every major city in the United States, and there's not any unserved area that the Better Business Bureau does not cover. And our primary mission at the Better Business Bureau is to create a marketplace where buyers and sellers can trust each other. One of the things that we're trying to overcome, we think that everybody pretty much knows that they can contact us and complain about a business, but we are the go-to source for alerts and information, pre-purchase information, to help you make that buying decision and to warn you about scams.
Okay. Now, with the scams aspect, well, before we go into that, when you said everyone knows you for people calling in and, you know, I hate to say complaining. That's right. But issuing their concern about a business. Well, some people just complain. We're just going to put that out there. But concerning your location, or are you known for your location?
That's right. The BBB, we call it dispute resolution, and not necessarily complaints. Okay. And you know, complaint doesn't have to be a negative. We work to help get these issues resolved in a lot of situations, and we educate the businesses that complaints are sometimes an opportunity, and you know, almost all of them are revolving around a misunderstanding, an unreturned phone call. The issue may seem big at the time, but once you open those lines of communication between the consumer and the business, things usually get resolved.
And I'm glad you present it as an opportunity, because there may be something going on, whether it's the owner or the manager does not know what an employee is doing, or the employee may not be informed and honestly is doing something that they think is right and it's not, or may not have been informed about a new change. And when a consumer goes in and makes, you know, a dispute resolved, then that's good to have you all there as a mediator as well. Now, your location and how can we contact you?
Well, it's easier now than ever. You can contact us 24 hours a day online at bbb.org.
Okay.
And the website is very simple and it's very easy to remember, bbb.org. We do have an office in Wichita Falls that we serve the 16 counties out of, and we are in the Chase Bank Tower on Kemp Street.
And you said you serve 16 counties?
16 counties in North Texas.
Wow.
Yes.
So, you know, people are just thinking about the store down the street, but you're thinking about, you know, in like what city?
Well, we can, you know, consumers can call us and we can access information through the network of BBBs all over the United States and Canada if we need to.
Okay.
But the consumers in, you know, and businesses in Bowie, we go as far south as Graham and then Vernon. Those cities, those are our consumers and those are our businesses that we're working on behalf of.
Well, that's good to know. You know, you're out on a vacation and something happens, you're like, I just want to tell such and such, but you can't stay or you can't, get it resolved there. That's good to know you can go home and have a little conversation with you to help make everything right.
Well, and I got to test our own services, if you will, just yesterday. No, I'm sorry. It was this week, and I was out of town at a meeting, and I locked my keys in my car. And I'm out of my area. I'm out of my 16 counties, and I don't know who to call.
Okay.
You have to find a trustworthy locksmith, and an easy way that I did that was use the BBB.
Okay.
And I contacted a BBB accredited business to come and help me out, and I wasn't disappointed with the service. I was happy with the service.
That's great. I mean,
I was upset. Yes, I was upset with the situation, but as it turns out, I was happy with the locksmith service that they provided.
Well, that's great to know. I mean, like I was going to say, we hate to see that you had to use the service per se, but it's good to know that you're a prime example of how it's supposed to work and what you're supposed to do concerning a BBB affiliate or accredited organization.
Yes.
Now, one thing you are just really known about is when scams come about.
Yes.
When different things, and I know recently there have been some, and they're always wanting money.
Yes.
And to take advantage of someone, and especially someone who may not be aware, or the elderly, And some I've heard about recently have been, of course, when the tsunami happened, people, we're raising money for,
That's
victims. Right. Or there's of course, the email one from overseas.
Yes.
And then also there's been recently with the death of Osama, there's been, even as crafty as on the internet, clicking a picture or wanting to see a picture, and it's taking you to something else, and it's a virus, or one individual said they charged them money. So,
yeah.
It's like, can we ever get rid of this? No, because people keep living.
That's
but
right.
what can you tell us concerning that?
Well, the con artists follow the headlines.
Okay.
They know what we're interested in at the time, and they know what's going to spark our curiosity. They are aware of the tsunami situations or the fires or the tornadoes and destruction, and they will formulate their appeal to tug at our heartstrings. Right now, I imagine with recent news, everybody is going to want to be generous with the local volunteer fire departments who have used a lot of resources fighting fires. But we just came forward with the warning on that. You need to be on the lookout, and you need to be careful who you're giving money to, and check it out. Just because they have an emotional appeal and you feel a need and it's newsworthy and you have that attachment, you have to take a step back and really check things out before you give anyone a dime.
Well, even with, the fires, and of course that could be at any time of the year, but for the floods, the wind damage sometimes from various types of storms. It may not even be a tornado. It could just be a bad windstorm, and someone needs their roof done.
Yeah.
And here comes we'll do the roof, and being that, I have this hole in my roof, I need this done now. Yep. I'm gonna, have them come and do it. Yep. And then you're out of money, and they haven't even done the job right. What besides, we know there's your organization that they could check, yep. But aren't there certain city offices and various professional organizations they should check into, even if it takes time?
Definitely. You really have to proceed with caution when hiring a contractor, and in the event of disasters and that sort of thing, anybody who has a hammer and a ladder and a pickup truck becomes a contractor in those situations, and they canvass the neighborhoods, they're knocking on doors, and they're trying to get you to pay them in advance. So we have a lot of tips and guidance when you're hiring a contractor. Licensing is a big issue. You need to check out their licensing. If the work is being done in the city limits of Wichita Falls, you have the local building inspection to check with. If it's outside the city and out in the county, there's other ways to check it out. You want to ask them what they're insured for, and
that's a good one.
Ask them the insurance company. The contractors that have their proper insurance will be glad to provide you that information. You need to make sure that they have bonding information in place. Our advice at the BBB is don't pay a dime until you're completely satisfied with the work. Right now, with times being the way they are, the contractors do sometimes ask for a portion of the money up front because they can't afford to foot the bill for supplies and things. But don't let the payments get ahead of the work if you're on a payment plan. And, you know, just because that one contractor knocks on your door, we don't suggest you do business with them. You need to get 3 estimates. Take an estimate from them, get that estimate in writing so they can't turn around and increase the price on you later, and get 3 and make sure you're comparing apples to apples when you're really looking at those estimates. The cheapest option is not always the best option.
Okay. And that's good to know. You know, you get what you pay for, and it's either take your time or they're going to take your money.
That's right.
One of the two.
You know, one of the main complaints that we get revolving around the contractors are they didn't show up when they said they were going to. They didn't clean up after themselves when the work was done. That's questions that you need to ask their references. A lot of them will provide a list of references, and they may be happy with the work, but you can ask them, did they show up when they said they were going to? Did they finish the job on time?
Some of the details.
Yeah, did they clean up after themselves? Because if you just ask specifically about the work that they're doing, they're going to be happy and satisfied with it. Otherwise, they wouldn't be on that list of references for the company. But you can find out a lot of information by calling those.
Well, that's good to know, because a lot of individuals don't even think about it. They think, oh, the job is done, it looks good, okay. But when you go outside and you step on a nail, that's a whole, you know, a whole different realm.
That's right.
Or you know what, you were supposed to be at work at a certain time and they didn't come, and you didn't think of it, you know, when you were saying, yeah, they did a good job, but for someone else who's, you know, I need this done, and I'm hearing take your time.
Yes.
Even though, you know, of course we're in a rush, hustle, bustle, but take your time or they'll take your money.
That's right.
And, you know, nowadays you need every penny you can get, and, you know, every penny you can save. And we're glad, though, that we have you here as an organization, as an individual coming on the program to let us know these things. It seems like time has gone by so fast, but we're going to take a break. She's not going anywhere, and we'll find out more about the BBB, not just from the aspect of the consumer side, but also the business. There is some positive, there is an upside. Stay tuned to Good Neighbors to hear more about it right here on this station.